Librarians are Anthony Borton, Olivia Matos, and Yuka Pano. Other senior members of the Golden Lions are Izzy Bryder, Matthew Pereira, Samantha Cusack, and Maria Wilson. The Golden Lions and the North Hunterdon Music Association would like to extend a sincere thank you to two new sponsors, Leon Sod Farmer Pit Sound and KM Bones and Sons Heating and Air Conditioning, HVAC Professionals of Clinton. Both local businesses have generously contributed to the purchase of the new microphones to be used by the marching band. Please show your appreciation in considering these great family-owned local businesses here in Hunterdon County. Thank you to Leon Sod Farm and KM Bones and Sons HVAC Professionals. The director of the Golden Lions is Charlie Hofstra. Visual coordinator is Casey Carroll. Color guard instructor is Willie Love, a graduate of Voorhees High School. Percussion instructor is Chris Schaefer. Music and equipment supervisor is Joe Camara. The band made several special appearances this season. We will conclude.
People who've been around for all 50 years. People who helped get this started. Gene Robbins, who painted the milk can, was just up here in the press box with us, just visiting. It's going to be a very special night, regardless of what happens, because a half century ago, North Hunterdon High School split into two schools. Half of the districts came here to Voorhees. They decided to start a football rivalry. They decided on a milk can as a symbol of the area's agricultural heritage, as the proper trophy, like Paul Bunyan's axe, like the little brown jug, like so many of those college, old school college rivalry trophies. And we've got the 50th installment. Like you said, two teams coming at it from opposite directions in the standings. But you really can toss all that out in a rivalry game. This is the whole season if you're struggling.
And there's so much going in tonight as well, including so many former players and significant personalities and people throughout the community that'll be here tonight, especially at the start of this game. Even in the coin toss, they'll be bringing back old faces and old names, including some big ones, John.
Oh, you're going to have former coaches, former MVPs. What amazed me was learning that the family that donated the actual can itself, when they donated it, their son was a prisoner of war in North Vietnam. They didn't know what was going to happen. He presented the 1979 can to the winner.
And his brother will be presenting the can here tonight. And it's just one of the many things that we have to look forward to. I happen to have a connection to this game. A former Voorhees Viking, who I was actually a groomsman in his wedding, described this game as the Super Bowl for these two high schools. No matter what the record is in the regular season, this game, you win here, you leave it. You finish your season a champion, no matter what. There is hardware to be won, and they are playing for something, and it's a rivalry game in the high school sports, so we know anything can happen.
We talked to some coaches down on the field, and anytime you've got this, there's that little wrinkle you haven't shown on film because your rival's coming up. You might have put an extra package in. You might have tweaked something a little bit. We're going to see some unexpected stuff tonight going both ways.
And we had the opportunity to speak to head coach of Voorhees, John Hack, down on the field. And John, I don't know about you, but just from the brief meeting that we had with Coach Hack, his 7-1 ball club is playing with a ton of confidence, and he reeked of confidence in just our brief conversation in the pregame.
He did. However, he also was very cautious and said that since the 31-21 loss to Bernards on September 19th. The Vikings have approached every game as its own season. It's a one-week season. You just keep going 1-0. It's a great approach if you can stick to it. Now you've got to keep that focus tonight.
And we're going to pause now for the national anthem. On the other side of the break, the Milk Can Game.
Dylan, there's something about me that loves when they do that, when they combine both bands for the anthem before a special game like this. And now you're going to see something special because we're going to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the game. You're going to see the brother of Lowell Snare, who was a sports columnist who pitched the idea of the Milk Can Game. Parker Snare is going to do the coin toss, and you've got old coaches down there, some of whom you've seen in the documentary, old players, some of whom you saw in the documentary, and you can catch that at the Garden State Athletic Network's YouTube channel and on demand now in perpetuity.
Along with the significant figures of the Milk Can Game are the captains for both squads. Out for Voorhees is Matteo Tramutola, Sam Meeking, John Saratella, and the man in the middle, number 55, Demos Marolis.
And you've got Meekings and Tramutola have already made an impact and can really etch their names in the history of Voorhees football with their performances tonight.
You're absolutely right, John. Entering tonight's contest, as previously mentioned in the intro there, the Vikings enter tonight. Not only are they 7-1, so having one of their better seasons that they've had in a long time, but statistically and individually, what Meekings, Tramutola, and Benitez have been able to do. Voorhees has rewrote the record books in this one. With Meekings' 19th touchdown on the season, he's become the school's leading touchdown scorer at the quarterback position all time. Matteo Tramutola already has the rushing record in a single season for Voorhees with 129 yards here tonight. He'll break his own record. And Rylan Benitez has set the single season receiving record for Voorhees. So this program and this team under John Hack is firing on all cylinders. But like you said, John, following that loss, I got the opportunity to speak. I had the opportunity to speak with Coach John Hack late last night after practice on his way home and on his way to his son's practice. And he mentioned to me, it's funny, you kind of said it on your own. The word of the week for this Voorhees Vikings team is focus. It's so easy for them to overlook and get wrapped up in the hype surrounding this game and overlook this opponent, look beyond this one into their playoffs. But the word of the week has been focus. And so I'm really looking forward to paying attention to the to detail that John Hack and this ball club gives extra emphasis on tonight.
They really can't afford to look ahead, because if they don't hold serve tonight and do what a 7-1 team is supposed to do against a 1-7 team, no offense to anybody here, but if this goes chalk, they're still right on the bubble. They really need to win tonight.
Well, another one of their mantras that Coach Hack has put in place for this squad is WIN, the acronym WIN, which they're saying is what's important now. So again, more of that focus, more of that don't look beyond what's right in front of us mentality here for Voorhees. And really an amazing sight, honoring the tradition and the history of this milk can game and its prominent figures at the 50-yard line.
As so many said in the documentary, whether they were included, saying this or it's not like these are two towns that hate each other.
There is a mutual respect, and you saw it there in the open with the national anthem. Two bands side by side. It's an awesome scene.
We saw two former coaches laughing and shaking hands in the huddle at the toss. It's what the game of football is supposed to be. Voorhees is going to start with the football. Does not surprise me in the least.
And the special teams units coming on to start the 50th installment of the milk can game here at Voorhees High School. Deep to receive for the Vikings is number 2, Logan Dearney, and number 3, Rylan Benitez. Getting set to kick it deep for North Hunterdon is number 13, Lance DeMurl.
That is
it's a loud crowd.
Loud crowd, old school look for North Hunterdon. I love those.
And we're underway. The 50th installment of the milk can game. Rylan Benitez fields it. Now cutting up the left sideline, looking for room to run. And finally, hit around the 35-yard line. Rylan Benitez is brought down. Making the play there for North Hunterdon is number 35, Kyle Jensen.
Benitez got about 7-8 yards that I didn't think he was going to get. He started down and then was able to continue forward. And now we get our first look at Sam Meekings. His father was a quarterback at Franklin and Marshall, Division III, back in the 1990s.
So Sam Meekings and this Vikings offense take the field for the first time here tonight. In the backfield, their bell cow, Matteo Tramutola, the single-season rushing leader in Voorhees High School history. Meekings takes the snap and gives it to Tramutola. He's immediately hit and wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. That's number 78, Brandon Cleary.
Cleary, the 6'2", 240-pound sophomore, just slammed that door shut. They gave him a yard and change. I'm surprised he got that much, to be honest with you.
I was shocked to see that they gave him anything past the line of scrimmage. And now Tramutola again hitting the backfield. This Lions defense, John, making his presence known early in this one. Number 56, Joey Kuzminski, was the first to hit Matteo Tramutola in the backfield before his teammates got in on the action.
Now a loss, 3rd and 10. Now I think you have to see Meekings go to the air.
Meekings in the gun on a 3rd and 10. Looking, throwing, and that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Tom Voital. And North Hunterdon, for the time being, has it on the 50. And that sideline over there for North Hunterdon is elated right now. Deflated is the word for Voorhees on the near side.
There is a flag that I think they're shaking off here.
And Sam Meekings is headed towards the sideline, his palms up in the air in frustration. So it appears Sam Meekings has thrown his 9th interception on the season, and North Hunterdon will take over at the 50-yard line.
The flag was a hold against Voorhees. They'll decline that and take the football, obviously. Just a matter of the defender at the second level dropping back with the receiver well positioned to interrupt that passing lane.
After the interception, the Lions offense on the field. Chase Rochelle, the quarterback. Nicholas Alperone in the backfield with him. The give is to Alperone, running right. Alperone, right around the first down marker. And it's enough to move the chains. So 1 touch, 1 first down for the Lions.
Came across the quarterback's face, took the handoff, and it was open. The crease was there.
They give it right back to Alperone, this time running left. And he's popped in the secondary. That's Rylan Benitez stepping up from the safety position, putting an end to that run.
Late
and now,
flag.
Exactly. We'll wait to see the official word from the referee.
It's a dead ball personal foul, so it's after the play. So it's going to be 15 from the spot, and the down counts.
So a tough blow there to the Lions offense. Back-to-back runs for positive yardage from Nicholas Alperone.
I thought he signaled dead ball, and I thought I heard him say dead ball, but it's still showing first down.
1st and 15. The Lions in Vikings territory. They give it right back to Nicholas Alperone, looking for room to run on the right side, and he's wrapped up and brought down by a platoon of Vikings. Fired up is Jack Schlaudecker.
Both teams are getting hats to the ball. Both defenses are playing fired up football, and they're rallying to the ball, trying to get as many people in as they can.
That'll set up 3rd and long for Chase Rochelle in the Lions offense. Nicholas Alperone, the lone back with Rochelle.
Watch the 3 receivers to the left side.
Looking left, throwing left, just out of the reach of the intended receiver. Rochelle's pass falls incomplete.
Late push there. A little bit of feistiness.
That pass was intended for Dan Figurski, the leading receiver for this North Hunterdon Lions offense. And John, we did our best there to highlight a amicable rivalry here.
Yeah,
and it's chippy early on.
Talked about offense, we talked about amicable rivalries. This is all working out very well. Not surprised here that they'll punt. I was watching Deverly punt during pregame. Great leg, and I would make that Voorhees offense go as far as it can.
Logan Dearney, standing on the 10-yard line, elects not to make a play on the punt. And that's where Sam Meekings and the Vikings offense will return to the field.
He's got an 89-yard field to cover here.
Meekings looking to shake off an early mistake on their first drive that ended in an interception. North Hunterdon unable to do anything with it, now backed up deep within their own territory. Meekings is out for his 2nd drive of the evening. Meekings in the gun, throwing, connects with Logan Dearney. Dearney now going on the complete other side of the field, looking to break tackles. Dearney's still on his feet, flags are down. Logan Dearney getting creative there on the bubble screen.
I don't know if that complete reversal of field was part of the design of that screen, but when you're running that far and have that many blocks to hold for that long, somebody is going to get caught holding, and that's what we've got here.
Back up the Vikings 5 yards. Logan Dearney thought he picked up 10. He traveled about 30 to get there.
30.
And it ends up being a net loss. So the Vikings moving in the opposite direction here to start their evening.
Look at you. North Hunterdon comes into this with everything to gain and nothing to lose. Play lights out. Leave it all here.
Meekings on first down, gives it to Tramutola. Tramutola falling forward for a minimal gain.
For all that, picks up probably 5 if you count the penalty. But now we're seeing a little hurry up from Voorhees.
Meekings dropping back under pressure. Meekings now in the end zone. That's Pat Voital wrapping up Sam Meekings in the end zone.
The North coaches here were yelling for a safety. They're ruling him down around the 1.
It looks like the spot that they went with, John, is even the 2.
Yeah, it might
so
be the
they
2.
went with the point of contact, and that's a tough decision there. Sam Meekings looked like he was trying to get out of that tackle and continued to go backwards. So a break there for the Voorhees Vikings as Mateo Tramutola takes the third down give and finds nowhere to run. So early on in this one, John, the North Hunterdon Lions defense showing up and showing out.
Voorhees is forced to punt from one of the classrooms on this end of the school now. This is not where you want to be, and if I'm North Hunterdon, I'm going after this. I am wholesale going after this punt.
So back on to punt is Mateo Tramutola for the Vikings. It's a booming kick. And despite being in his own end zone, his heels out of bounds, Mateo Tramutola with a big boot changes fields and backs North Hunterdon up on their own side. Wow.
Still awesome field position for the Lions. They're going to start at their own 48. We're playing with half a field right now, midway through this first quarter.
So back out onto the field, Chase Rochelle, the 6'3", 185-pound junior. Comes into tonight with 725 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions on the season for Rochelle. The leading receiver for this Lions team is Dan Figursky at the bottom of your screen, matched up one-on-one with Toby Dorr. And they're attacking Dorr in this one. Figursky going up top, it hits Dorr in the helmet and falls down. Figursky makes the catch on his back. Unbelievable concentration by Dan Figursky. That ball hit Toby Dorr right on the top of his helmet. He couldn't find it, and it falls right into the lap of Dan Figursky.
Stay with the play until you hear the whistle.
Unbelievable, and that's the matchup to keep an eye on tonight, John. It's a lockdown corner versus a 6'2", 200-pound tough wide receiver in Figursky. Throwing on first down are the Lions. Chase Rochelle connects with his man. That's Grant Hillman in front of the Voorhees bench. So not shy of letting it fly here on first down of the Lions. Rochelle connects with his receivers on back-to-back throws.
Flag on the play, though. That was caught, but this is coming back.
So that'll set up first and long for the Lions. First and about 20. Rochelle in the gun. Figursky gets the handoff on the sweep, looking for room to run left. Figursky turns it up the sideline. Figursky still not finally being brought down. Dan Figursky moves the chains on first and eternity, and North Hunterdon picks up a huge first down.
North Hunterdon won the edge. You've got to keep your outside arm and shoulder clean. Be able to run that out spill it out toward the sideline. Voorhees unable to do that.
Rochelle on 1st and goal. Bottom of your screen, Dan Figurski, something to keep an eye on. Alperone gets the give. Alperone falling forward just shy of the goal line. That'll set up a 2nd and goal opportunity here for the Lions. Personnel changes for Voorhees. Running on, one of the captains, Dimos Marolis. Right back to work of the Lions. Alperone in the backfield. On 2nd and goal, Rochelle takes the snap, gives it to Alperone. Alperone looking for room to run. And the referee signaling short of the goal line.
He's stopped right around, maybe just inside the 1.
That's a huge stand for the time being. From the big 3 up front by Voorhees, that's Marolis, Zach Taylor, and John Saratella. And now the Lions and Nicholas Alperone will head to the sideline. Some personnel changes for North Hunterdon. It's 3rd down and a yard to go.
I think they're going with a heavy package.
Figurski in the backfield now. Rochelle gives it to Figurski, bouncing to the right side. Figurski breaks the plane. North Hunterdon throws the first punch in the Milk Can game.
4:54 to go in this first quarter. They take advantage of great field position, and they take advantage of the fact that they have consistently chewed up big chunks of yards against this Voorhees defense.
Dan Figurski scoring his 2nd touchdown on the ground this season. And it opens up the scoring here tonight. The extra point from North Hunterdon is up and good. So with 4:54 remaining here in the first quarter, the North Hunterdon Lions jump out to an early 7-0 lead over their rival, the Voorhees Vikings.
Take a look at this again, and both teams putting their heavy packages in and just go to the edge of that, beat the corner, and Figurski gets the Lions on the board.
And now we'd like to take the time to acknowledge our sponsors. Leon's Sod Farm, your local source for fresh-cut Kentucky bluegrass sod, grown right here in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. At Leon's, we harvest to order. So your lawn, sports field, or new build gets sod that's cut fresh and ready to root. Whether you're a landscaper, pool installer, or homeowner, Leon's Sod Farm delivers quality grass that's grown in nutrient-rich, loam soil for dense growth and lasting color. Visit leonssodfarm.com or call 908-713-9496 to schedule your delivery today. So after the Dan Figurski's touchdown, the Vikings field the kick and carry it forward for a big gain here. They'll set up on offense at around the 30-yard line. So their first 2 drives have not gone as they'd hoped. An interception and a punt that led to a score by Dan Figurski in the Lions offense. The Voorhees Vikings are up against it. Huddling up in front of their bench, Voorhees in no rush. I'm curious to see, John, how their attitude and how their approach shifts here after being punched in the mouth early by their rival.
Everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the face. Now, I think Vikings needs a completion here, needs a decent completion, throws a little flare. We're going to have some yards after the catch. That gets him back into groove a little bit. Let's get his rhythm back.
Rylan Benitez picks up 8 yards on first down. That'll set up 2nd and short. And now the Vikings right back into formation. Meekings takes the snap, gives it to Tramutola. Tramutola shedding tackles. He's across the 50, and the Vikings have their first down.
It's how do you respond to getting punched in the face?
Mateo Tramutola, John, averaging 6.9 yards per carry, and they give it right back to him. And Tramutola picks up right around his season's average, and now we've got more laundry down on the field.
They're throwing a lot of flags early on. That's in the hold zone. Although somebody from North has their hands on their helmet, and it is on North Hunterdon. It's a personal foul against the Lions. That's going to be 15 free from the end of the run, and that's going to really help Voorhees bounce back.
And this is an offense, John, that does not need any help. They score in bunches, by land or by air. And so a free 15 here for Voorhees. It'll set up first down and 10 to go. Ball on the Lions, 25, excuse me. Ball on the Lions' 23-yard line. Meekings in the gun with Tramutola in the backfield with him. They fake the handoff, headed towards the end zone. That pass falls incomplete, intended for Logan Dearney. He nearly hauled in a one-handed catch that would have erupted this crowd.
During warm-ups, Dearney caught one with one hand, and we've got a flag here. It looks like they're going to be backed up 10 for a hold. Holding the call.
So Voorhees picks up 15 and then gives a chunk of it right back on penalties.
I was actually standing talking with Sam Meeking's mother when I saw Dearney catch a ball by the point during warm-ups.
Dearney and Benitez at the bottom of your screen now. Rylan Benitez in motion. Dropping back is Meekings. He connects with Mateo Tramutola. Tramutola gains back some of the penalty yards, and that'll set up second and about 15 for the Vikings.
North had enough defenders there to stop that screen after it was completed, defeated the blocks.
Meekings rolling right, taking a shot. He's got his man Rylan Benitez, and Benitez hauls it in, adding to his season total. Rylan Benitez, 33 catches on the season, John, coming into tonight. Over 700 yards, and he picks up another 10 right there.
3rd and 5 now. He's gotten them almost back on schedule.
And we're going to take a pause here as North Hunterdon calls their first timeout. So the Voorhees Vikings now, John, finding its groove a bit here offensively.
Yeah, if they can keep this rolling, they need to convert here.
And now we'd like to remind you that KM Gomes & Sons HVAC Professionals is proud to support the 50th annual Milk Can Game. Experience premier HVAC services tailored to your needs. Our team of HVAC technicians has over 50 years of combined experience and handles everything from an efficient HVAC installation, ensuring optimal performance and energy efficiency, to thorough maintenance, keeping your systems running smoothly. Get in touch by calling 908-442-9945 or by visiting kmgomesandsonshvac.com.
3rd and 5 for Voorhees on the North Hunterdon 18.
Meekings gives it to Tramutola, and Tramutola is immediately popped at the line of scrimmage. That's the 6', 210-pound middle linebacker, Pat Voital.
You have been calling that name a lot. They have been flying forward to stop the run attack.
Now on 4th and 6, the Vikings offense still on the field. Meekings, hands on his hips, gets the sign from the sideline. Logan Dearney at the bottom of your screen. Rylan Benitez in the slot. Looking his way is Meekings. He pumps. Now running left. Meekings is going to try to get these yards on his feet. Sam Meekings shoved out of bounds, short of the first down marker, but there is a flag down. So we will wait for the call. North Hunterdon signaling that it's on the Voorhees side, and now more flags down after it appears one of the Voorhees players was chirping at the ref.
This could be a huge swing of field position after the play. So you have hold, it's going to be 10 from there. That's decline. Dead ball unsportsmanlike is going to walk it back 15.
So insult to injury here for the Voorhees Vikings. Not only do they turn it over on downs, the penalty yardage ends up helping and benefiting the North Hunterdon Lions, and their offense will come back out onto the field the last time out. Their drive, 52 yards, capped off by a Dan Figurski rushing touchdown. So a bit of a lack of composure here, John.
Yes, it's kind of
From
surprising.
Voorhees.
You knew exactly where you were going there. You're absolutely right. Now, they still haven't walked this penalty off.
And they'll drop it at the 30, so the Lions will take over in decent field position. Chase Rochelle and North Hunterdon from their own 30. It's 1st and 10. Rochelle.
Odd to say this, but it's North Hunterdon's worst starting field position tonight.
Takes the snap. Gives it to Nicholas Alperone, who picks up a block and another before it wrapped up low and hit high. Nicholas Alperone running for his life before gaining about 2 on that carry.
One of the things I saw that made that run successful was a tackler coming from the outside in, cross the face of Alperone. You got to go near hip. Attack the nearest point of the target. Make the tackle that way.
Right back to work in the gun is Rochelle. Figurski in motion. They give it to him on the sweep. Hit in the backfield, but still on his feet. Figurski falls forward at the 1st down marker. And the Lions move the chains. They'll pick up a 1st down by the legs of Dan Figurski. Figurski coming into tonight, John, a balanced attack on the ground and through the air. 40 rushes for just under 200 yards, 45 catches, eclipsing 600 yards. So Dan Figurski, the most lethal weapon for this North Hunterdon Lions offense.
I like the way he's carried that jet sweep because he doesn't keep flying out toward the sideline.
It's Figurski in the backfield now. Rochelle gives it to him, running left, now cutting back right, looking for room to run is Figurski, and he's wrapped up and brought down finally by number 22, Sean Torino. But Figurski has a gain of 4 on 1st down.
Watch the way Figurski runs. He doesn't overextend himself. He's totally in control. He runs in the cylinder, they call it. Everything's contained there, and it allows him to make cuts through traffic.
Figurski in the backfield. It's 2nd and 6. They go right back to Figurski on the ground. Figurski hit, wrapped, and tackled. The first to get there is number 28, Jackson Garner, for the Vikings.
Big 3rd and 4 here now for North Hunterdon.
3rd and 4, Nicholas Alperone checking back into the ball game, the sophomore running back.
Honestly, a bigger 3rd down for Voorhees. They need this stop. Get the defense off the field and get the offense on and see if you can't level the playing field. And a timeout call.
I didn't happen to see the signal, John. Do we know which?
I did not see the signal either. Oh, it's the court. My fault. I thought it was a timeout, but it's the court.
Zeros on the clock in the first quarter comes to an end. It's 7-0. North Hunterdon leading the Voorhees Vikings. It's the Milk Can rivalry game. All right, right here on the Garden State Athletic Network. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short, quick break with second quarter action on the other end. Having a tough time deciding where to go for the big game grub? Don't punt on a perfect meal. Head over to Riley and Jake's Restaurant and Bar in Clinton. We've got the dishes that score every time, from hearty, sizzling burgers to some of the best wings around. And for a real win, try our amazing fish and chips. They're truly across the pond good. At Riley and Jake's, you'll find a warm, welcoming mom and pop atmosphere where everyone feels like family. Stop by for our indoor dining, grab easy takeout and curbside pickup. We are open daily, starting at 11:30. Find us at 1831 Route 31 in Clinton. That's Riley and Jake's. See you there.
North to the line.
First play of the second quarter is a 3rd down and 4 opportunity here. Chase Rochelle scrambling left, and he gets walloped by big number 73. That's Zach Taylor for the Vikings.
There's a flag here toward the end, also in the hold zone. They're going to back him up. I would almost be tempted to take the down and force him to punt.
I'm leaning towards agreeing with you, John. No change in the down marker on the far side. They will take the yards, so they're going to replay 3rd down from a less than ideal situation here from the North Hunterdon Lions perspective. So between punts and interceptions and now accepting penalties, the field position battle is on full display here in the 50th annual Milk Can game.
There's a lot of nuances to how this game's unfolded in terms of field position, penalties.
Rochelle on 3rd and 14. Fakes the handoff. Taking a shot towards the middle of the field. It's Figurski. Figurski nearly had it, and that pass was broken up by Toby Dorr.
I thought he had it for a second. There's a flag here, and it could be a hold, but also that motion back turned upfield early. And that is going to be the call. But you never see this. That call was made by the far sideline. That call was made here and not where it was going, but he turned up early. That's going to bring that back.
So the decision to accept the 3rd down penalty ends up paying off for Voorhees. They get a much-needed stop on 3rd down. And now punting away to Logan Dearney, who gets hit at the 36-yard line, and that's where Sam Meekings and the Voorhees Vikings offense will take the field.
Dearney fielded that on the hop and saved his offense probably 20, 25 yards at least. I'm not saying they've thrown a lot of flags tonight, Dylan. I saw the reflection off of the ball sitting there at the 36 and thought it was a flag. Just saying.
Well, I got confused early on in the ball game. And there he is. I believe it was that number 3. Rylan Benitez is wearing yellow cleats. I mistook those for a flag earlier.
I hate when they wear yellow cleats because I do that all night long. I've done it about 4 times. I just haven't had the guts to tell you.
And those are not Rylan Benitez's cleats flying through the air. That is a flag. That is a false start. We will back up the offense.
Got to tighten some things up here if you're Voorhees.
1st down and 15. Ball on the Vikings 30. Meekings takes the snap. Gives it up to the big back in Matteo Tramutola. And making a play there is Anthony DeSimone, the big number 84, the 6'3", 220-pound defensive end for the Lions.
DeSimone was on the ground. He had been blocked and grabbed an ankle on the way through and shut that play down.
DeSimone making his 14th solo tackle on the season. Excellent job there, slowing down Matteo Tramutola. Not many people can say that they've done that. And the Lions do it again here on 2nd down. So the Vikings trying to stick to their guns, establishing the run, John, but North Hunterdon has answered the call.
One thing I'm wondering, you have so many impressive stats from those three guys, how much are they keying them, and when do you have to go to somebody else?
Meekings throwing on third down. He's got Rylan Benitez, and he drops it in the bucket. For the time being, it seemed like a catch, but Rylan Benitez didn't control it to the turf. North Hunterdon is signaling incomplete. We'll wait for an official call, and yes, they're going to signal incomplete pass. That was a beautiful throw by Sam Meekings. He could not have put that in a more perfect spot. Rylan Benitez unable to haul it in, and it'll set up 4th down and 13 to go. Voorhees Vikings struggling offensively here in the early goings of this milk can rivalry game. On to kick it away is number 6, Matteo Tramutola. Deep to receive for the Vikings, number 24, Nicholas Alperon. That punt takes a pro Vikings bounce. It'll roll all the way out to the 26-yard line, and that's where Chase Rochelle will lead the Lions. Not the game that we were expecting, John, headed into tonight. The 7-1 Vikings facing off against their rivals, the North Hunterdon Lions, who enter tonight 1-7. We can say it, we can dress it up any which way we want. This was a lopsided game coming in, but not here, not the milk can game, and especially not such an important anniversary like the 50th version.
And with so much at stake for Voorhees.
Rochelle, bobbling the snap, decides to tuck it and run himself and actually turns that play into positive yards. It's a good wherewithal there by Chase Rochelle to not try to do too much after not catching that snap cleanly. It ends up being positive gain of 2 yards for the Lions.
Well, he realized he had a problem and just stuck with it, found a blocker and followed him outside.
It'll be 2nd and 8 for Rochelle. He takes the snap, gives it up to Alperon, running right. Nicholas Alperon cutting upfield. Excellent carry there from Nicholas Alperon. He's got enough to move the chains, and the Lions offense continues to surge.
He was not that far from springing that. He only had 1 or 2 guys to beat.
So the Vikings struggling here to contain a Lions offense that has struggled to put points on the board. Chase Rochelle giving it right back to Alperon, running left, looking to cut upfield, bouncing it outside. That ball hits the turf and falls right back into the hands of Alperon. So the Lions will retain possession. A near disaster there. Lucky for them, Nicholas Alperon falls on his own fumble, and that'll set up a 2nd and long situation for North Hunterdon.
Yeah, they've lost now about 6 on that. Could have been worse.
And that's one of the more underrated intricacies of football. Nicholas Alperon, I can't confirm whether he's a lefty or a righty, but he was carrying that truly in his left hand. They go right back to him, showing confidence in their sophomore running back. And he's hit and brought down right at around the line of scrimmage.
Good pressure there by Voorhees. They were in the backfield and shut that lane before he was able to turn up.
That's big number 73, Zach Taylor, the man in the middle. 29 tackles on the season coming into this one. Adding to his total now with a key stop on 2nd down. The Lions backed up on 3rd down and long. Rochelle in the gun, sends a man in motion. It's Saucelli now dropping back to throw. Chase Rochelle trying to find room, and he's walloped and hit behind the line of scrimmage. Matteo Tramutola came in late to finish that play, but excellent job of getting home by that Voorhees Vikings defensive line.
That's the defensive stand Voorhees has needed for the past quarter and a half.
Set to kick it away for the Lions is number 13, Lance DeMurl. Deep to receive the kick for the Vikings is number 2, Logan Dearney. Dearney at the 40, lets it go over his head. And that'll roll inside the 30. So Sam Meekings and this stagnant, dormant Voorhees Vikings offense taking the field, looking to change the narrative of this first half. Now, 7:22 remaining here in the first half. It's only a 7-0 ball game. You put points on the board here, you get a stop, you get your offense a chance again before halftime, and we're talking about a completely different ball game.
The punt there impresses me because Demerly really got a lot of breathing room for this North Hunterdon defense.
Meekings, 1st and 10. The handoff is to Mateo Tramutola. Tramutola dragging Lions with him, still on his feet. He's finally brought down. It takes 4 players, 4 Lions to bring down Mateo Tramutola. And he's got a big gain on first, setting up a 2nd and short.
Now you're 2nd and 3. Now you can take this shot if you're the offense.
Right back to the ground game. Tramutola spinning off defenders, falling forward. Tramutola marked beyond the 37. So move the chains. It'll be 1st down, Vikings. Ball on their own 38-yard line. In motion is Benitez. They give it right back to Mateo Tramutola. He's hit right at around the line of scrimmage. That's big number 33, Chris Estrada for North Hunterdon, meeting Mateo Tramutola at the line of scrimmage. So 3 times in a row they go to Tramutola, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 to go. Make it 4 in a row, why not? Mateo Tramutola still on his feet, dragging Lions with him. Tramutola's across the 50, imposing his will on this North Hunterdon Lions defense.
That's a rivalry game run. I want you to watch how quickly the wideouts are getting set at the end of each play. They are trying to run this as fast as they can. Guys are backing up to get into their splits.
As Meekings connects with Logan Dearney on a slant on the far side. The Vikings now in enemy territory, going right back to work with an up-tempo style offense as you just talked about, John. After the throw, they give it to Mateo Tramutola. Tramutola breaking tackles. He's got a 1st down and then some. This is the Vikings offense that we expected to see here tonight. It's the legs of Mateo Tramutola providing the spark for Voorhees on this drive.
And the arm of Sam Meekings forces the defense to respect the pass and backs off some of that pursuit. If they can get it to click, they'll buy time for the run to develop.
The Vikings offense now playing complementary football, an ideal situation for Voorhees, who has struggled in the early goings of this ball game. If you want a great way to promote your business and support your local teams, then become a sponsor on the Garden State Athletic Network. We have network and game sponsorship opportunities available for the fall 2025 postseason and the winter 2025-26 season. Let us help you promote your business or organization throughout New Jersey, all at an affordable cost. To learn more, scan the QR code on your screen or get in touch by emailing sponsorships at gardenstateathleticnetwork.com or calling 973-738-3881. Let Garden State Athletic Network make your business the star of the show. Back out for a 1st and 10. Sam Meekings and the Voorhees offense hitting its stride here on this drive. 5:30 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Meekings takes the snap on 1st down, gives it to Tramutola. Tramutola doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. It's big number 84, Anthony DeSimone, again getting to Tramutola.
There is some size on this North Hunterdon defensive line.
Now Meekings on second down. Rolling. Looking for a receiver, finds no one, lowers the shoulder. It's an angry run there from Sam Meekings. Chris Estrada, the Lion, to bring him down. That's a good pickup there by Sam Meekings on second down, setting up a third and about 5. Ball on the Lions' 20-yard line. Meekings gets North Hunterdon to jump.
That might be enough to move the sticks.
And it is. Good cadence there from Sam Meekings. Good savvy there from the Voorhees offense, getting the Lions to jump. And that's one of the benefits of running an up-tempo offense, John. You catch a Lions team off their guard for a split second, and it comes in a big situation there, converting a 3rd and 5 into a 1st and 10. Now Meekings throwing left. He's got Rylan Benitez. Benitez gets by one defender, and he's wrapped up and brought down.
They're running too quick for us to go to replay. I'd love to watch that again to see how he got open. I think they just bled him out on the shoot out of the backfield.
It's 1st and goal, ball on the 5. Meekings trying to get the sign from his coach, and Voorhees needs to take a timeout with an important 1st and goal situation here. 4 minutes and 36 seconds until halftime. Voorhees looking to even the score in what has been by far their best drive of the evening.
Maybe I will get a replay on that last reception.
But it's a good job by Voorhees just getting the ball to their best playmaker out in space, nonetheless.
Oh, very good job. I just want to see how they got into space when he can do it.
Both teams coming back out onto the field for this 1st down and 5 yards to go until the goal. Situation here for Sam Meekings and the Vikings offense. It's Mateo Tramutola in the backfield. Meekings fakes the handoff. Meekings wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. That's Aiden Harley. His 5th sack of the season, and it's a big one at that. Meekings gets dropped on 1st down, and now Voorhees backed up on the 10. Meekings looking right, now scrambling left, trying to get to the pylon. Meekings cuts it upfield, and he's hit, wrapped up, and shoved out of bounds.
Spot looks like it's going to be inside the 5, and they were winding the clock.
Under 4 minutes remaining here in the 1st half. It's 3rd and goal. The Vikings have it on the 6-yard line. Meekings in the gun, gives it to Tramutola. Tramutola lowering his helmet. He's met at the line, still on his feet. Tramutola getting a push from his lineman, and Mateo Tramutola falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
Tramutola earned that touchdown. Mateo Tramutola never gave up his leg drive, and he earned that touchdown. His lineman stayed on the blocks. The play ran out. It never died.
The extra point for Voorhees is low but good. So connecting on the extra point is number 30, Dustin Moak, and that evens the score at 7 apiece. Mateo Tramutola scores his 15th touchdown of the season, and it evens the score with 3:24 until halftime here in the 50th Milk Can game.
If you like old school football, if you like rugby, you're going to like this touchdown. hand up the middle, bounces off of one pile, and he just keeps working it. Now it's just a maul and pushes it over the goal line. We're tied up.
I mean, a second and third effort by Matteo Tramutola gets him into the end zone, and that's exactly the drive that Voorhees needed. And evening the score with significant time on the clock. If their defense can get the ball back into their hands, it's exactly what we just talked about 4 minutes ago, giving Voorhees an opportunity to flip the script in what was a game that was all North Hunterdon started.
I think that would be gravy, Dylan, because right now you're 7-7. You play the next 324 scoreless. Hey, it's 0-0. Let's play the half of football we think we should have played. And if you're North, hey, we know we can score on them. We know we can stop them. Let's do it again.
It's a squib kick fielded around the 15. Carrying it forward is Jake Butka. And we've got more flags down.
No way, really?
Flag down on the far side there by the first down marker. We'll wait for the signal from the referee.
Hold.
So North Hunterdon not helping themselves. They'll get backed up. Deep within their own territory now. They'll set up on offense, 1st and 10 from their own, Yes, 1st and 10 from their own 15. Chase Rochelle with Dan Figurski in the backfield with him. 3:17 remaining in the first half. Can the Lions answer the Vikings touchdown? Figurski with a good burst of speed right up the gut. On first down, Dan Figurski picks up about 8.
There was a lot of lane for Dan Figurski to carry that ball through.
That'll set up 2nd and about 2 inside of 3 minutes remaining in the first half. They go right back to Figurski. Same play. Figurski has the first down, now trying to push the pile as North Hunterdon before that play is blown dead. So back-to-back runs by Dan Figurski results in a first down for North Hunterdon.
I mean, he's having a Terbutola type of game right now.
Yeah, these two heavyweight playmakers going blow for blow here. They say on the North Hunterdon side, we see your Matteo Tramutola and we match you one Dan Figurski. Now Figurski lined up wide with Toby Dorr on him. They'll give it to the back, who's hit hard in the backfield.
Al Perone back in. That time he didn't get started. He got hit as soon as he got the ball.
Slamming the door shut is Madden Kramer for the Vikings. Probably their best defensive player, John. 36 solo tackles, 50 total tackles on the season. Both lead the team.
I would say that's a good year.
10.5 tackles for a loss coming into this one, adding to that total there, setting up 2nd down and 11 to go. They fake the handoff to Al Perone, and they give it on the sweep to Antonio Socelli. Socelli, nowhere to go. Voorhees imposing its will on North Hunterdon.
Yeah, I mean, they lost 5 there, so Chile just never got to turn upfield, and now we've got a timeout, and I think it's a good one.
So 3rd and eternity on the other side of the timeout for North Hunterdon with 1:41 remaining in the first half. We saw on the last time that North Hunterdon was dealing with a 3rd and long situation. They took a shot in the middle of the field with Figurski. He nearly hauled it in. I believe he got 2 hands on it, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, I believe he did.
And there was more laundry down, so they nearly converted on taking a shot to Figurski. Can we expect the same thing here?
I would be tempted to. He's got the height. He's a hot hand right now. And you got to make something. There's not a lot on your play card for 3rd and 20 plus.
So Figurski, for the time being, is lined up in the backfield, and that's where he'll start this play, this third and forever situation for the Lions. They'll give it to Figurski up the gut. Figurski gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's where this set of downs will come to an end for North Hunterdon as the pile clears up. I mean, you hold your breath every single time that there's a delay and everybody getting off their feet and the whistles are going. You're expecting a flag on pretty much every play here. It's a rivalry game, and we expect some chippiness. But this first half, I mean, both teams are going to have to clean it up in the second.
Voorhees uses another timeout with 1:33 to go to force the punt.
So you can expect the Voorhees Vikings offense to be aggressive in the final 90 seconds or so here in the first half.
If you think that last drive was hurry up, don't blink. Wait till the clock hits 0 to go get something out of the kitchen.
If they do decide to air it out, keep an eye out for Logan Dearney and Rylan Benitez for Voorhees. And that is Logan Dearney in black, standing just in front of the 40-yard line. It's a low, wobbly punt that takes a Lions bounce. And that's where North Hunterdon is going to get hands on it. So the Voorhees Vikings will set up on offense from their own 40-yard line with 1 minute and 21 seconds to work with before halftime. And an opportunity to take a lead in a game that, for the better part, if not all of the first quarter, and the better part, if not almost nearly half of the second quarter, were completely dominated by North Hunterdon.
I'm going to say for 20 of the first 24 minutes, North Hunterdon's dominated this game.
That's less words. That's easy.
Yeah, I know. It's what I do. I was an editor. I cut stuff down. All right, that's great. I like the way you said that. Let's say it like this. It's what I do. It's my job.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. In the backfield on this first down play for Voorhees is not Matteo Tramatola. So Meekings on first down, running for his life. Meekings turns upfield, and he's hit, wrapped, and brought down to the turf by number 33, Chris Estrada. So Meekings picks up a good chunk on first down. Now a minute remaining in the first half. As you explained, John, the Vikings in the hurry up. Meekings out to Benitez in space. Estrada closing in on him. Now multiple Lions swarming to the football, and they sniff out that screen. Excellent coverage there by North Hunterdon, and the Vikings move backwards on second down, setting up a 3rd and 7 as time continues to move here.
40 seconds to go, inside 40 seconds. North Hunterdon has one timeout left. They can try to get the ball back.
Voorhees taking its time here on third down. 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Meekings dropping back, looking right, now running left. Meekings tucks it, headed for the first down pylon, picks up a block. He's got enough for the first, pending the spot from the referee. They're going to mark him short. I thought that was an excellent block by Logan Dearney, allowing Sam Meekings to gain that extra yard. That is a tough spot. Assessed to Voorhees from that referee. Now 13 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Vikings don't pick up a first down. They quickly hurry the punting unit onto the field. Nobody is back to field the punt for North Hunterdon, and it's a booming kick that'll take a roll.
They're just going to let it roll.
And exactly. So time runs out in the first half. It's been no shortage of action here in the 50th installment of the Milk Can game. We'll head into halftime. The Vikings 7, the Lions 7. Don't go anywhere. More second half action here on the Garden State Athletic Network.
76.
Oh, 76?
Now entering the theater is the 2025 Voorhees. Ceremonies has Samantha Zelaski, and Jacob Zelaski. Our featured saxophone soloist is Daniel Greeley, and our featured color performer is Samantha Zelaski. The band president is Caleb Griswold, and our spirit leader is Randy Rathbone. The band's 2025 field show is titled The Upside Down. We begin with a eerie theme from Stranger Things, bringing an energy of mystery and the unknown. From there, the show continues with the Broadway hit Yorktown from Hamilton, where a young country asserts its values and strength. We return to Stranger Things with the song Running Up That Hill, featuring a powerful alto saxophone solo by singer Ava Greener. We conclude the show with original music by Jeff Chambers and a cover of the 1980s hit Separate Ways as the audience and band travel back through the Upside Down and return to their own world. From Major May Evans is the band ready.
We've got 2 minutes until we resume play here at Voorhees High School. It's the milk can game on the Garden State Athletic Network. I'm Dylan Burns. Joined with me is John Kovach. And John, we saw plenty of action there in the first half where early on North Hunterdon was dominant. They came out firing. And it took the Voorhees Vikings a little while, but they finally woke up and they were able to cap off a 52-yard drive with a touchdown by Matteo Tramutola. North Hunterdon got a key stop to close the half, and that's where we stand at the moment. 7-7, tied at half with North Hunterdon set to receive to open up the third quarter. Outside of the onslaught of flags, what stood out to you about both teams in the first half, John?
I thought the way Voorhees started to click when they started to pick up the pace. And I want to see if they keep doing that, because they were, before the play was over, the wideouts, if it was a run, were lining up where they thought the line of scrimmage was going to be. They just kept cranking the ball. I think they need to stop, but I think we're going to see a steady diet of Dan Figursky when North Hunterdon takes the kickoff to start this half. What does Voorhees do on defense to 3-and-out this? Because I don't think they've gotten a 3-and-out yet tonight.
Well, this whole game changed in the closing minutes of the second quarter there when Madden Kramer and Zach Taylor made back-to-back huge plays to back up North Hunterdon deep, almost in their own end zone. That forced a punt that resulted in the Matteo Tramutola touchdown that tied up the score at 7. So as we gear up here for third quarter action in the milk can game, in this second half, John, I think the most important thing is the lines for both teams defensively. Early on in the game, North Hunterdon stopped the run. That's why they were so successful. And then Voorhees was able to flip the script because their defensive line got home and was able to disrupt the Lions' rhythm offensively. And it's a short kick fielded at around the 25-yard line. North Hunterdon carries it forward for a gain of maybe 5, and that's where we'll start the third quarter here in the milk can game, the 50th installment here at Voorhees High School between these two rivals.
I would never have predicted 7-7. Would never have predicted the number of flags that we saw in that first quarter.
If you took the over on number of flags, you cashed out and then some. Nonetheless, we're hoping for a cleaner half of football from both of these teams. We'd like to see what these two teams look like when they do get in a rhythm.
And sometimes you're just trying to keep it bottled up. You're trying to keep it from getting out of hand. A lot of holding calls early on.
Rochelle goes back to the ground to start the third quarter. And the Lions trying to push the pile. The first give of the third quarter goes to Dan Figursky. So good prediction from you, John. An educated guess manifests itself into 7 yards from Dan Figursky.
A lot of Voorhees hats on that ball at the end of that run, though. Have they found an adjustment to get there and try to shut that down and maybe slow him down a little bit?
On second down, they go back to Figursky. Figursky running tall, spinning. He's wrapped up, but there's enough forward progress to move the chains.
He was already past the chain when he started to get pushed back.
And so back-to-back first downs, the Lions open up with a first down on their first drive of the second half. Chase Rochelle and Dan Figursky. They go right back to Figursky, running right. Figursky's got room to run. And the tackle is made on the far sideline in front of the North Hunterdon bench.
Looks like he got 8 or 9 on that. I thought he had enough of the edge to break that, Dylan.
It looked like that was building into a huge gain. It was an excellent play made there on the far side by number 28, Jackson Gardner for Voorhees. Right back to work with Figursky in the gun. They give it to number 19, Dan Figursky. And that'll move the chains. Figurski picks up back-to-back first downs. North Hunterdon establishing the run early in here in the third quarter.
Establishing the run, and they're doing this with a little bit of rhythm, with a little sense of urgency here.
1st and 10. Ball on the Vikings 40. Rochelle pumps, now running right, looking for room. He doesn't find any, and that's a late flag over on the North Hunterdon sideline.
They got to keep an eye on this and get the Voorhees players out of there. It's going to be 15 from there and a first down.
The hit was on time. It was just the wrapping and the throwing that was unnecessary. Headed towards the sideline now. That's number 10, Peter Galladay. Just a little too much there on the sideline.
Yeah, you've got to let him go. You get to the white, let him go.
So under 10, 9:52 on the clock here in the third quarter. North Hunterdon gives it right back to Figurski. Figurski gets hit. There was Drew Mahoney in on the tackle for Voorhees.
Even there, they were at the point of attack to shut that down. He's still got 5 yards.
Now, we've said it time and time again, Figurski. Figurski is North Hunterdon's most lethal weapon on the ground and in the air. So heavy doses of Dan Figurski to open up the second half. They go right back to big number 19, who goes right up the gut. The 6'2", 200-pound senior, Dan Figurski, running rampant here at Voorhees High School.
He just sliced up the middle of that defense.
He didn't get touched until he got up into the secondary. So this offensive line from North Hunterdon doing its job to begin the third quarter. Why not? Right back to Figurski, running right, looking for room to run. He's hit right around the line of scrimmage, just beyond the line of scrimmage. He gains about 2 on the play.
But a better job there of stringing that out toward the sideline by Voorhees. They started to give him some pressure, started to run him flat down the line, and they were able to come up and shut that down.
It's 2nd and 8. Ball on the Vikings 13-yard line. 18-yard line, rather, excuse me. The give is to Figurski. Figurski gets popped in the secondary. Excellent job there. Swarming to the gap by Vikings defenders.
I believe that was Jackson Garner on the tackle.
Nonetheless, it'll bring up 3rd down for this Lions offense. If Voorhees can get out of here, only allowing a minimum of 3, they'd be happy with it. Rochelle looking, throwing, and that pass is nearly intercepted. Great job there. Dan Figurski actually ended up having to play defense on that play. Jack Schlaudendecker already has an interception on the season. He actually had a pick 6 that ended up getting called back last game. Nearly had himself another house call there.
There was nobody between him and that end zone 90 yards away. Now the field goal attempt.
Demerlay on for the Lions, and that kick goes wide right. So the North Hunterdon Lions march down the field nearly 60 yards, and they come up empty.
And that's life if you're Voorhees. Can they now respond and take the lead? Because I still think in the back of North Hunterdon's heads, 50th rivalry, Awesome, great. We did a documentary about it. We're all fired up. They've taken that can home, what, 37 times?
35, to be exact.
You've still got to prove to me on the field that you can win it from me.
Yeah, the all-time record in this rivalry, North Hunterdon, 35 wins. As we throw it to the right side here on first down, it's Meekings. He connects with Toby Dorr.
Late flag.
35 wins for North Hunterdon to Voorhees' 13 wins. And in 1987, I believe it was, they tied 3-3.
Face mask to call.
So it's a face mask that'll set up a first down and 10 to go. Ball on the Vikings' 31-yard line. They give it to the running back who's bouncing off tacklers. Chris Estrada ends up staying with him. It was not Tramutola on first down.
Was it Benitez?
And now looking for Dorr. Off his hands, that pass falls incomplete. On the coverage there, Jonathan Peck.
Great effort by Dorr to climb the ladder for that. Try to get the ball at its highest point. Perfect time to take the shot. 2nd and 2. So now we're 3rd and 2. And with the running backs you have, if you're Voorhees, you got to be comfortable with your chances of moving the chains here.
So just got an update, John. We are not losing our minds for the time being. Mateo Tramutola's number 6 jersey got ripped up, so for the second half, he'll be wearing number 20. So that was Mateo Tramutola on the kick.
Thank you.
They go right back to him, looking to pick up 2 on the play, and he falls right around that first down marker. We've been saying his name all night on the broadcast. Okay, so Mateo Tramutola gets just enough to move the chains, but an excellent effort by number 33 on the Lions side, Chris Estrada. And that usually takes 2 or 3 people to bring down Mateo Tramutola. Estrada nearly doing it himself. Right back to the ground. Voorhees looking for room to run. Mateo Tramutola bounces it outside. Still on his feet, stumbling out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line.
Gets the ball into North Hunterdon territory for the first time this half, if you're Voorhees.
And that's more than enough to move the chains. Mateo Tramutola closing in on that school record set by himself. Now dropping back, Sam Meekings on first down, tucking it, keeping it himself. He's forced out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. And so the Voorhees Vikings, John, their offensive unit picking up right where they left off to close the first half. Sam Meekings moving the ball here. It's been mostly Mateo Tramutola. It's been that way for much of the season. He came in tonight well over 1,100 yards on the season, looking to add to his total now. Meekings throwing, has a man, it's Toby Dorr over the middle. Dorr catches the slant, and the Vikings pick up another first down.
You can't time that pass any better. You want to throw that before that receiver gets to the linebackers at the second level. He threw that perfectly where it's supposed to go.
It's Toby Dorr lined up at the bottom of your screen. Meekings in the gun. He gives it up to Tramutola, who sheds a tackler. Now trying to spin off of Chris Estrada. Excuse me, Chris Estrada. I went to high school with a Chris Estrada. That's exactly why I just did that. That's great.
Happens.
Shout out.
I've called whole towns wrong, so don't.
Chris Estrada, no M. Meekings again throwing, looking for his man, Rylan Benitez. That pass falls incomplete, out of his reach.
A little bit high off the hand of the intended receiver.
And so here on 3rd and about 8, we'll see what the Vikings elect to do. Meekings under pressure, running left, looking to evade tacklers, and he's put on his back. Chris Estrada was the first to get there. Excellent gang tackling from North Hunterdon, swarming to the football.
He took 3 hits on that. That wasn't a gang tackle. That was bang, bang, bang.
And so 4th and long. Voorhees with its offense still on the field. Meekings takes the snap, looking right, scrambling. He pumps. He's hit. It's Estrada and company wrapping up Meekings. We've got flags down and a North Hunterdon Lion. That's Pat Voital down on the turf.
The call, I believe, was a hold on that block that put Voital down. The lineman landed on top of him at the end of that block, and that might be why he's slow getting up. But that Voital is down based on the infraction that drew this flag.
And so we've got a player down as the athletic trainer tends to him. We're going to take a short break here on the Garden State Athletic Network. 4:58 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Voorhees Vikings are driving. We're tied at 7 in the 50th anniversary of the Milk Can game. Leon Sod Farm, your local source for fresh-cut Kentucky bluegrass sod grown right here in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. At Leon's, we harvest to order, so your lawn, sports field, or new build gets sod that's cut fresh and ready to root. Whether you're a landscaper, pool installer, or homeowner, Leon Sod Farm delivers quality grass that's grown in nutrient-rich loam soil for dense growth and lasting color. Visit leonsodfarm.com or call 908-713-9496 to schedule your delivery today. Follow Leon Sod Farm on Facebook and Instagram for lawn tips and updates. As the training staff is still tending to Pat Voital on the far side near the North Hunterdon Lions sideline. We'll get an update on the result of that play. There were penalty markers down. That ball is now advanced to the 19-yard line. So we will wait for official word. We're going to go to a quick break here as we get this situation under control. It's an injury timeout here at Voorhees High School with 4:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
KM Gomes and Son HVAC Professionals is proud to support the 50th annual Milk Can Game. Experience premier HVAC services tailored to your needs. Our team of HVAC technicians has more than 50 years of combined experience and handles everything from an efficient HVAC installation, ensuring optimal performance and energy efficiency, to thorough maintenance, keeping your systems running smoothly. Get in touch by calling 908-442-9945 or by visiting KM Gomes and Sons HVAC.com.
Having a tough time deciding where to go for the big game grub? Don't punt on a perfect meal. Head over to Riley and Jake's Restaurant and Bar in Clinton. We've got the dishes that score every time, from hearty, sizzling burgers to some of the best wings around. And for a real win, try our amazing fish and chips. They're truly across the pond good. At Riley and Jake's, you'll find a warm, welcoming mom-and-pop atmosphere where everyone feels like family. Stop by for indoor dining or grab easy takeout and curbside pickup. We're open daily, starting at 11:30. Find us at 1831 Route 31 in Clinton. That's Riley and Jake's. See you there.
Okay, Dylan. So to reset, Cowboy Tower was helped off the field by two coaches, trainers, and it's North Hunterdon's ball, 1st and 10 at their own 19.
The Lions give it to their sophomore running back, Nicholas Alperone, who gets body slammed to the turf. That's Matteo Tramutola, now donning the number 20 for the Vikings.
The tackles are getting a little harder. You can tell that this game is just getting a little bit tougher. You're going the extra effort, trying to slow somebody down, force a turnover.
And not for nothing, I mean, that's a sophomore running back getting wrapped up and thrown to the turf by Matteo Tramutola, who is a grown man out there for the Vikings. Alperone up against it yet again. He carries it forward on 2nd down. Back-to-back gives for Alperone. Now jogging onto the field is Dan Figurski.
3rd and 3, you want him on the field.
Not for nothing, 1st and 2nd down, I want him on the field.
Well, you want to give him a little bit of rest.
It's the milk can game, you rest after. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
They give it right to Figurski on cue. Figurski fighting for every yard. He's got the 1st down. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Lions pick up right where they left off, handing it off to Dan Figurski and picking up a 1st down. Figurski coming into tonight, John, only 184 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. He's added to his touchdown total, and he's picking up yards in chunks here, adding to his rushing total. So you usually talk about a dual threat at the quarterback position, but Dan Figurski proving to be a real weapon for this Lions offense.
He has to be in the 3 to 4 yards per carry neighborhood tonight, which you're not going to lose a lot of football games if you're doing that.
On 2nd and 7, Figurski gets tripped up. He's hit and tackled. Finishing that play is Peter Galladay for the Vikings. And now the referee signals for a stoppage.
And officials calling out.
2:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The score is 7-7 in the 50th edition of the Milk Can game. Voorhees versus North Hunterdon. The winner gets the Milk Can trophy, as well as the title of North Hunterdon District Champion. If you're just tuning in, you're going to want to rewind this one, because the job that Zach Komar and John Kovach and Jared Klimas did putting together a documentary to all encompass the 50 years of this rivalry. My hats are off to you gentlemen here at the Garden State Athletic Network. An excellent production. And if you want more context into just what this game means to this community, I highly suggest rewinding to the beginning of this broadcast and taking the time to watch the work that these gentlemen put together. And so we're stopping because somebody in the fan section is pointing a laser out onto the field.
Come on.
You never want that. I mean, that's grounds for ejection from the premises. Nonetheless, 3rd and about 4. Rochelle giving it to Figurski, bouncing it to the right. He picks up a block. Figurski's got room to run. Excellent job there, shedding a block and making a tackle. That's number 4, Toby Dorr.
I thought Dorr was caught. There was no way I saw him getting off that block. And he neutralized it quickly and made the stop. He was the only thing between Figursky and the North Hunterdon lead.
Coach Hack described Toby Dorr as a lockdown corner, but doing a good job of wrapping and making an important tackle there is Toby Dorr.
Can they hear us?
And now looking for room to run on first down, Antonio Sauchilli, the 5'9", 165-pound senior receiver slash running back for the Lions. Nowhere to go. He gains nothing on the play. It'll set up 2nd and 10. Rochelle in the gun. Nicholas Alperone gets the give. He's met at the line of scrimmage by nearly every single Voorhees Viking. So a porous offensive line on 2nd down results in Voorhees getting home and meeting Nicholas Alperone at the line of scrimmage. And we've got flags down in the area of holding.
And it is a hold, and Coach Hack met them out by the hash marks to tell him to back him up, Ken. Take the field position.
97 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We are knotted at 7. If you look at this game on paper, Voorhees 7-1 on the season. North Hunterdon 1-7. Doesn't matter. We're tied here in the closing minutes of the 3rd quarter. Rochelle taking a shot downfield, looking for Figursky. And Toby Dorr is all over it, living up to his reputation of a lockdown corner. Every time they've sought out Figursky downfield, Toby Dorr has been there to shut it down. Outside of the one play where it hit Toby Dorr in the top of the head, and Figursky made that ridiculous catch on his back.
Can't fault him on that.
No.
But they did get pressure that time. That made a difference. The fact that Chase Rochelle had hands in the passing lane, had distractions right in front of him, made a difference on that ball.
3rd and forever for the Lions. They fake the handoff, looking to throw again on 3rd down. Rochelle is hit low and high. Huge stop by this Voorhees defense. Demos Mariolis, the captain for the Vikings, got home first, and then Zach Taylor and John Saratella chip in to finish the job.
First man through, got around Rochelle, got an arm around his waist, never let go, and that allowed help to come in and finish that sack.
Punting it away is Lance DeMerle. And that takes a huge role in favor of the Lions, backing the Vikings up. So Sam Meekings and the Voorhees Vikings, with 37 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, trot back out onto the field.
Someone's clicking something. That sounds pretty good.
Big jelly bean, little jelly bean. Because I call you Aiden Bean. Okay, but I call him Aiden Bean.
And one happy fan is going home with a Lululemon bag. Lucky her. Granted, it's hers and she lost it.
To begin with, but
Trying to have a conversation with me like I'm not calling a game. On 1st down, the give is to Traumatola.
I just happen to have one for sale. No, nice job by the fan who found it, turned it in. Glad it's back with the rightful owner.
High character community here at Voorhees High School. You'll love to see it. Time winding down in the 3rd quarter. The handoff to Matteo Traumatola. Bouncing off tacklers, running left. Now Matteo Traumatola cutting upfield. He's across the 50. Traumatola, one man to beat. And he's finally tackled at the 25-yard line. But a huge gain to end the 3rd quarter for Matteo Traumatola. We head into the final quarter, tied at 7. It's the 50th anniversary of the Milk Can game. North Hunterdon and Voorhees tied, headed into the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. More action on the other side of the break here on the Garden State Athletic Network. If you want a great way to promote your business and support your local teams, then become a sponsor on the Garden State Athletic Network. We have network and game sponsorship opportunities available for the fall 2025 postseason and the winter 2025-26 season. Let us help you promote your business or organization throughout New Jersey, all at an affordable cost. To learn more, scan the QR code on your screen or get in touch by emailing sponsorships@gardenstateathleticnetwork.com or calling 973-738-3881. Let Garden State Athletic Network make your business the star of the show. Welcome back to the Garden State Athletic Network. We've got fourth quarter action here in the 50th installment of the Milk Can game. Right on cue, Matteo Tramutola back to work after the huge game to close the third quarter. Dylan Burns and John Kovach here to carry you through the final 12 minutes of play at Voorhees High School.
That run has to make a huge difference in Tramutolo's rushing record, and it did more than either offense has done so far tonight.
Meekings hit behind the line and brought down. Excellent job there from the defense of North Hunterdon. That's Aiden Hurley getting home, the 6'1", 200-pound defensive end. Back to work on third and about 7. Meekings in the gun. Gives it to his back. It's Tramutola who picks up maybe 3 on the play before being brought down. That'll set up 4th down for the Vikings.
This is such a big go. Right to the line.
No second thought about it. Sam Meekings and the offensive unit for Voorhees remains on the field. Benitez in the slot. 4th down. 4 yards to go. Meekings takes the snap. Looking right, throwing right. That pass is caught by Rylan Benitez.
Gutsy call. Love that call. That's confidence in your quarterback.
That's just a quick drop and get the ball out, looking for their best receiver, Rylan Benitez, coming into tonight. 33 catches, over 700 yards, and 11 touchdowns to go with it. Right back to the ground game. Matteo Tramutola spinning off of defenders. Chris Estrada making the tackle and now sprinting off the field. Nursing a left arm or maybe shoulder is Aiden Hurley for North Hunterdon. That'll be a big loss if he can't return to this game. On second, they give it to Tramutola, who runs up the gut. He dives and extends forward into the end zone. Matteo Tramutola scores his 2nd touchdown of the game, and that gives the lead back to the Vikings. 13-7 with 9 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Where did they go? Right where the injured player left. Right where the replacement was late coming in.
As the extra point is up and good. Voorhees leading 14-7 here on their home field, looking for win number 14 in this 50-year rivalry.
Let's take a look at this touchdown again. There's the late replacement. You had an injured player. There's the snap right at him. The hole's there, and Tramutolo just finishes the job.
His 2nd touchdown of the ball game. Matteo Tramutola having to make second and third efforts just to get into the end zone. This North Hunterdon Lions defense not making it easy by any means, but Mateo Tramatola scoring his 15th and 16th touchdowns on the season as he closes in on the school rushing record set by himself. There's not enough you can say about the effort that that young man is putting out into this game here tonight.
Short kick.
Fielded by Stephen Prohidney. And North Hunterdon's offense comes back out onto the field. They'll start on their own 31-yard line.
Plenty of time with just under 10 minutes.
North Hunterdon, John, has been able to move the football. Finishing drives and putting points up is another story. Key moment in the game, a field goal that was missed wide right after a long drive, mostly to the legs of Dan Figurski. On cue, Figurski gets the carry on first down. He's hit and wrapped up as number 7, Jack Schlaudecker. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Lions. North Hunterdon, again, moving the ball, but unable to finish drives with points. They've got an opportunity here now with 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the contest. We'll see what they can do with this opportunity. They give it to Figurski. Figurski hit by 9 Voorhees Vikings. The momentum in this arena has shifted in favor of Voorhees. It's tangible.
Sometimes playing with the lead can shift your entire team's psyche. That may be what we're seeing right now.
Chase Rochelle getting the sign from his sideline. 3rd and 5 coming up for North Hunterdon. Nicholas Alperon in the backfield with Rochelle. Throwing on 3rd down. Rochelle connects with his man for the time being, and that pass is broken up. Incomplete. Drew Mahoney makes a play on the ball. And now coaches on the Voorhees side signaling for the training staff to hustle over to tend to an injured player for North Hunterdon. It's Grant Hillman.
And they moved the Voorhees players away from him.
Yeah, Grant Hillman is down. His helmet is off, being tended to on the Voorhees sideline. Now helped to his feet with an applause from the Voorhees faithful here in front of us in the press box.
That was scary for a minute.
Yeah, Grant Hillman on his back, and just the sense of the urgency that the coaches on the Voorhees sideline signaled for somebody to run over and tend to the injured player. Yeah.
How quickly they moved the sidelines back away from him.
For sure. That's an excellent heads-up play there by the coaches at Voorhees. So it'll be 4th and 5. The punting unit on for North Hunterdon. Lance DeMerle, set to kick it away. Logan Dearney deep to receive for Voorhees, standing at around the 30-yard line. That kick is away. It's a high, short punt that bounces at the 41 and takes a favorable roll for the Lions inside the 30. So Voorhees will set up around the 23-yard line.
The yards after his punts hit the ground are a tangible difference in field position. He really gets a nice roll. They're very high punts. They're kind of short, but does he get to kick on them once they hit the ground?
He hasn't gotten a bad bounce yet.
No.
It's been an excellent job there all night by Lance DeMerle, pinning Voorhees deep within their own territory time and time again. So Sam Meekings and Matteo Tramutola looking to extend their lead here with this drive. That pass is behind the intended receiver, Rylan Benitez, setting up a 2nd down and 10.
I guess take the shot on 1st down.
Hey, it took the words right out of my mouth. An aggressive 1st down play here by Voorhees. On 2nd down, Meekings gives it to Matteo Tramutola. Tramutola, carrying Lions defenders with him, falls forward for a big gain on 2nd down.
After the incompletion, now you're 3rd and 3? You're back on schedule if you're Voorhees, because Tramutola is carrying you there.
Meekings nearly got the Lions to jump again. 3rd and about 4. Meekings gets the signs from the sideline. Tramutola in the gun with him. They fake the handoff, now throwing right, intended for Benitez, out of his reach and incomplete. So that was a quick 3 and out by the Voorhees Vikings, and Sam Meekings is upset with himself.
Just fired that a little high. And it's going to force a punt by Voorhees.
And John, what do you make of the play calling there on that drive by Voorhees?
I think they wanted to get up 2 scores, and I think what they did was lengthen this game and gave more time for North Hunterdon to come back.
Nicholas Alperon.
Talking about rolls after the punt.
Honestly, the special teams units by both teams have been taking care of business. It's been a good display by both teams.
Been forced to by their offenses.
North Hunterdon, after punting, they blink and they're right back out on offense, thanks to 2 incomplete passes and a short gain by Matteo Tramutola. It's 1st down, 10 to go. Ball on the Lions' 26-yard line. Chase Rochelle and the North Hunterdon offense back to work. In motion, it's Figurski. They give it to him on the sweep, looking for room to run to the right side, making an excellent solo tackle. It's Peter Galladay.
Good job, Peter!
Where did he come from? Because he just squirted through the middle of that line and all of a sudden was on his, in a prone position in the backfield to do an ankle pick essentially and end that play.
Inside of 7 minutes remaining in the contest. Rochelle in the gun. He gives it up to Alperon. Alperon bouncing it left now, trying to cut back upfield. Alperon is wrapped up and thrown to the turf. Good job there all evening, John. Voorhees has just lived up to their hype of swarming to the football, gang tackling. It's been a complete team effort by this defensive unit by Voorhees.
I want you to disagree with me if I'm wrong, but I'm just thinking that since that 2nd touchdown, we've seen a much more aggressive Voorhees defense.
It was noticeable when Matteo Tramutola body slammed Nicholas Alperon to the turf as that pass falls incomplete. Pass intended for Nicholas Alperon.
And
the sideline and the press box begging for a flag.
I'm not sure I disagree with him. It looked like there was a little bit of a grab there, but no call made.
Trading 3 and outs are both of these offenses. And now, where this game, John, had picked up some traction offensively for both teams, we saw long, sustained drives. As North Hunterdon kicks it away, it's a low line drive, fielded at the 42. Logan Dearney up the sideline, shoved out of bounds. Both offenses were stagnant, then they weren't. They were shot out of a cannon even. And now both of these defenses with strong stands here in the fourth quarter. We'll see which team budges first. 5:53 remaining in the contest. The Voorhees Vikings lead their rival, the North Hunterdon Lions. Voorhees looking for their 14th win all time in 50 years against this North Hunterdon squad.
Last time they won it 2 years ago on this field.
Sam Meekings in the gun. Benitez, the motion man. They fake the handoff to Tramutola, and they've got Logan Dearney on a slant. Logan Dearney tackled around the 30-yard line. It's Tom Voital making the play for the Lions, and that would have been 6 if not for an ankle tackle. It's 1st and 10. Vikings.
Perfectly run and perfectly thrown slant. Both ends of that. Run it quick, keep under the defender, throw it before he gets into the rest of the defense.
Meekings fields a snap, looking right, throwing right. He connects with Benitez. Rylan Benitez keeps the drive alive. 1st down, Vikings.
I think Dearney got hurt a little bit on that. I think he got twisted when he got tackled. He played the last snap or two with a lot of pain in that leg.
Insert Drew Mahoney into Logan Dearney's spot at the bottom of your screen, lined up far left. To his right in the slot is Rylan Benitez. Meekings in the backfield. The give is to Tramutola. Up the gut, plowing over defenders before finally being knocked backwards. Mateo Tramutola. No room to run. It's a short gain, if any, setting up a 2nd and 8 for the Vikes.
I don't know if I do anything for the next 4 minutes but hand the ball to Tramutola.
Why would you? Why would you? Time and score on the side of Voorhees. On 2nd down, they throw it. Pass intended for Drew Mahoney. It's thrown short, and that'll set up 3rd and long, but more importantly for North Hunterdon, John, that stops the clock.
That's it, you don't want to stop the clock. And now we have a new package. We have several substitutions. Dearney coming back on. Meekings coming off.
It's Tramutola in the Wildcat. Dearney in the backfield with him. Tramutola keeps it himself. Running through ankle tackles, spinning off of defenders. Mateo Tramutola carries it forward for a gain of about 3 on the play, but it'll set up 2nd down and short for Voorhees. Excuse me, 4th down and short.
Is this the package that John Hack teased when we talked to him on the we got a new package here or there, and he's all the way down. He's going to take this down almost to delay a game. They're letting him stand at the 10-yard line. I'm being yelled at very not nicely for trying to be down that far back in the day.
So 4th down and short upcoming for the Voorhees Vikings. A huge play in the game. North Hunterdon needs a stop to keep this a 1-possession game. Voorhees, with 3:24 to play, looking to extend the lead. And Voorhees calling a timeout. John, every time we think they're gonna run it they throw it.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time we're looking one
It
way,
keeps leaning
they go
out
the
when
other.
it's doing that.
We haven't figured out this Vikings offense up here in the press
The
box.
bottom, right?
North Hunterdon has done a much better job than us.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
What do you expect from Coach Hack as Sam Meekings notably trotting back out onto the field for this 4th down play, so it won't be the Wildcat here on 4th down? Personnel changes. Are you giving it to your running back?
Looking at what I see on the defense, yes.
Meekings gives it to Tramutola. Tramutola heading for the left pylon. He's knocked out of bounds short of the goal line, but enough for the 1st down. Mateo Tramutola. His huge night continues and picks up the biggest 1st down of the game for Voorhees.
Now, I don't want to start throwing out the hypothetical, let him score, but the worst thing that might have just happened in North Hunterdon was he didn't score, because they could chew another couple of minutes off of the clock with 3:17 to go and not worry about it before they punch it in. I don't want to score till 4th down right now.
Tramutola hitting the backfield, stumbling. He falls forward for maybe a gain of 1, if that. He's hit by Aiden Hurley. It's good to see him back in the game. He ran off the field earlier
That's actually fun.
with what appeared to be a left arm injury. So he's back out there, and he makes a key stop on 1st down for this Lions ball club.
He made an extra point.
Under 3 minutes to play. Voorhees on 2nd down. Meekings takes the snap, gives it to his running back, Mateo Tramutola, with a hat trick here in the 50th annual Milk Can Game. It's Tramutola's night. He extends the Vikings lead 20-7 with 2.5 minutes remaining in the contest.
That hill got real steep for North Hunterdon right there.
The extra point for Voorhees goes off the post and is no good. So the score remains 20-7 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the contest.
Take a look at this touchdown. In the gun. Simple handoff. Tramutola starts back to his right, sees the opening, plants straight up into the hole. His 3rd, and it might be the 14th win for Voorhees in the 50-year history of this rivalry.
Tramutola's 17th rushing touchdown of the season extends the Vikings lead 20-7 in the Milk Can Game here at Voorhees High School.
That would be funny. I hope I get that. I hope
It's
I
been
get that.
described
I do.
as the Super Bowl between these two teams by former Voorhees Viking Mason Mills. As this kick is taken out to the 34-yard line by the Lions. Former broadcaster alongside myself in my college days at William Patterson. Shout out to Jimmy Mills, celebrating 6 months on Earth. He's tuned into this game. His parents, former Voorhees Vikings.
Enjoy the Milk Can Game. Now, how long can North Hunterdon afford to ride the legs of Dan Figursky? They got to start thinking about putting it up. This is not a lot of time for 2 scores.
And that's a great call by you, John, because at the bottom of your screen, lined up one-on-one with Toby Dorr, is Dan Figursky. We will see how aggressive the Lions are taking shots, and on cue, looking for Figursky, he makes a catch. Dan Figursky. Toby Dorr blanketed all over him. That's an excellent back shoulder throw there from Chase Rochelle. So a huge gain and a much needed pickup on 1st down from North Hunterdon. Rochelle connects with Figurski. It's 1st and 10. The Lions on the Vikings side of the field. From the 41. Rochelle looking to get right back to his guy. Dan Figurski, that pass is just out of reach and falls incomplete.
Figurski was a split end to the top side, the left of the offense. Ran a short out. They were trying to hit him just off his hands.
2nd and 10. The Lions on the Vikings 41. Rochelle takes the snap, looks left, throws left, trying to go back shoulder again to Figurski, and that pass falls incomplete.
I almost think Figurski was looking for that throw to go deeper. He started downfield, shut down, and then had to scramble back trying to get to it.
3rd and long for North Hunterdon. The milk can on the line. We'll see what Chase Rochelle and the Lions offense can cook up here on this play. Rochelle takes the snap, looks left, throws left, and that pass is intercepted. Toby Dorr. They're not going to catch him. Toby Dorr puts the exclamation point on this game. It's a pick 6 for the Vikings, and they slam the door shut in the 50th anniversary of the milk can game. Toby Dorr, John, I was told he's a lockdown corner, living up to the hype and sealing the victory. All but a minute and 41 left to play. Toby Dorr makes the play of the game for the Vikings and adds the cherry on top in this rivalry game, as the extra point is up and good. Voorhees 27, North Hunterdon 7.
Looking to his left, and Dorr was there. Nobody between him and the end zone, and Dorr delivers the milk can to Voorhees for all intents and purposes.
So a minute and 41 seconds remaining. You can see the fans starting to head towards the fence just behind the Voorhees bench. Expect a massive celebration just in front of these home bleachers at the conclusion of this game.
Fine members of Hunterdon County law enforcement positioned between the fence and the field.
And unless a miracle happens in the next 1 minute and 41 seconds, John, I think it's safe to say the MVP of this installment of the milk can game, as Nicholas Alperone carries it out to the 40-yard line. This is actually going to be brought back. A blatant block in the back there from the North Hunterdon receiving unit.
If you want to see a good illustration of what they're looking for in a block in the back, just take a look at that. Cue that one up.
That block came around the 20-yard line. So North Hunterdon will get backed up even deeper in their own territory. Just 94 seconds remaining in the contest. A rare but well-deserved and well-earned win for Voorhees in the milk can game. Just their 14th all-time in 50 meetings between these two teams.
But their second in 3 years.
So the tide appearing to shift in recent history of this milk can game. Rochelle throwing on first down. He connects with Dan Figurski over the middle. It's enough to move the chains.
Hey, you can see coaches and athletic directors and just trying to keep the fans at bay. Especially you're going to have MVP presentations, you're going to have the milk can presentation, and despite the best efforts of everybody, you just might have utter chaos when that clock hits 0 in just over a minute.
We're down to a minute. 1st and 10. Rochelle throwing off his back foot. Nobody's home. And now pushing and shoving from both teams. Zach Taylor wisely walks away from any altercation, not looking to escalate the situation.
Here's what you have to worry about, because there is one unsportsmanlike already on somebody from Voorhees. 2, you're ejected, you're sitting next week. This win could position Voorhees in the playoffs. You do not want to get sucked into something stupid and end up sitting when your team needs you next week in the playoffs. You got to keep your head.
Absolutely, and I'm not going to name names. They're high school kids. Emotions are going to flare. These things are going to happen in a rivalry game, but they did remove the player who picked up that most recent penalty, and it looks like they're coaching him up and trying to bring him back down. So it's an excellent job there from the North Hunterdon sideline. You remove, it happens. You know, I coach high school basketball. If a kid gets a technical, you bring him out of the game immediately and you talk him down. You do the right thing. You try to help the kid out.
Kid gets an unsportsmanlike or a personal foul, he's coming off. Yeah, you're going back in. I just want to talk to you. I just want you to know that you got to think.
2nd and a mile. That pass falls incomplete. Just in front of the Voorhees bench. Bringing up 2nd down. Rochelle, his heels on his own end zone. 51 ticks left in the ball game. This Voorhees defense playing back, just trying not to let up what would be a 90-plus yard touchdown.
That's going to chew up most of the time left for a comeback anyway.
3rd and long, 47 seconds remaining. 27-7 if you're just tuning in. It was a slow start for Voorhees in this one, but a key stop on offense led to a Mateo Tramutola touchdown, and then he did it 2 more times. Nicholas Alperon on the carry for North Hunterdon. That'll bring up 4th down for the Lions. Time winding down, under 40 seconds remaining in the contest. They'll have to run one more play.
Maybe not. Depends when they whistle it ready. And I think they've called it. I think they have. And it's all that remains.
As we're inside the final 5 seconds here, the Voorhees Vikings, here on their home turf, get a huge victory over their rival, the North Hunterdon Lions. It's the 50th anniversary of the milk can game, and that trophy, that golden milk can, is staying here at Voorhees High School for the 2nd time in 3 meetings. Voorhees gets the better of North Hunterdon, and the Voorhees Vikings get to call themselves the North Hunterdon District Champions.
I'm going to commend the fans here, as we have not had a field storming.
Yeah.
The teams being allowed to shake hands, as should happen at the end of a rivalry like this. Hard-fought game, and I think it was a harder fight than many people expected when they woke up this morning.
Absolutely, and again, we talked about it at the top of the show, John. Voorhees coming into tonight, 7-1 on the season. North Hunterdon 1-7. And I mean, unfortunately, injuries have played a huge part in the North Hunterdon season. But coming into tonight, a rivalry game, you like to believe that they're going to live with the effort that they put out on the field. Especially in that first quarter, they came firing out of the gates, and the score is nowhere near indicative of the effort by the kids over on the North Hunterdon Lions side.
Was not a 1-7 team that I saw in white tonight. They brought it from the get-go. They gave Voorhees fits.
And North Hunterdon moved the ball, just failed to put up points when they needed to. A missed field goal here, an unfortunate errant pass or a run that was just short of the first down marker. The margins were thin in this game for North Hunterdon. It could have been a completely different game had less than a handful of plays gone their way, as the fans now celebrating down on the field, or the team rather, celebrating down on the field surrounding their head coach, John Hack. And we'll have a ceremony honoring the Voorhees Vikings, who will get to keep this golden milk can for the calendar year until these two teams meet to do it again next season.
I want to be there to see the rematch in 365 days or so.
Matteo Tramutola receiving MVP honors, and rightfully so. 3 touchdowns on the evening for Tramutola.
He's got that ripped number 6 jersey back on, so we know who he is.
So Voorhees celebrating on the 25-yard line. They are the 2025 winners of the Milk Can Game.
And here come the fans and the cheerleaders to join in this celebration. Going to be a fun night around here tonight.
We'd like to remind you that the Milk Can Game documentary is available to watch on YouTube. If you missed it at the start of the show, Jared Klimas, Zach Komar, John Kovach, and the Garden State Athletic Network with an unbelievable, amazing, well put together documentary of just how much this rivalry means to this community. So I highly encourage you to go back and watch that if you missed it. Again, 50 years of this rivalry. Voorhees is celebrating for just the 14th time in 5 decades. They get the win here on their home turf, 27-7, 3 touchdowns from Matteo Tramutola, and the Voorhees Vikings are the North Hunterdon District Champions in 2025. For our producer, Zach Komar, for John Kovach and everyone here at the Garden State Athletic Network, I'm Dylan Burns saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one.